Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be doing a quick build for Ines Rhea. As you can see, at the start of the fight with a brand new boss, what I'm doing right now is essentially spamming my second ability because I'm trying to get stacks of pest control. By this point, you should be familiar with this specific interaction between pest control and essentially tech abilities. Now, don't worry if you don't manage to get stacks by the time you start the boss, it's going to be all good. At the start of the fight, you're just going to be spamming Q. You can also fire at the boss with your gun to get the debuff on him. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean just a tad later. Look at the health, look at the shield. He should be going down right about now. Make sure you hug, jump up his crotch. Yes, I said it. You just do it. I'll explain later why that is. Basically, you want to get as close as you can to the boss to make sure you spam your Q ability most efficiently, so there is not that much distance for it to travel, and the boss is now dead. Best time with this build is about 25 seconds, that's what I got at least. Best, and it's pretty straightforward and easy. You can also use Valby, that gets better times, but it's more execution focused. So if you know you're not all that good when it comes to actually mechanically executing fights, you might as well go for Ines because she is just simple. You just spam Q, I mean, that's kind of what you do. As for the completion time, you got 29 seconds this time, which is an average time for the most part. You will be getting yourself a ton of Void Abyss metal fragments and of course the quality certified ETA voucher. You're going to be needing this one for the skins, including the skin that I'm wearing right now for Ines. And of course the blue bits are going to be tied into the brand new core system, which is pretty huge. I don't know if you noticed, but I was moving kind of quick there. And the reason for that is basically this, the cores. I'm running 2 sprint cores, 9 and 9%. And you probably saw that my grappling was also recharging kind of quick for what it is. I also got grappling hook charge time, 70%. Doesn't really have to do a whole lot with Ines, and you don't need a core system to execute this fight with the current build, but it does help out a lot because you move faster and your grapple hook, well, charges faster. So let's talk Reactor. Guess what? You're going to be needing skill cooldown and an additional skill when attacking Colossus. Obviously, the higher the rolls, the better. Try to max this one out. Obviously, electric with tech. As for the set, guess what? It's still the Slayer set. Yeah, we got a whole lot of sets in the game, but unfortunately we're still using Slayer for just about everything. The most important part to the Slayer set in this case, and the weird part is that in most cases when it comes to these builds, is gonna be the sensor. Why the sensor? Because this is where you have max MP and MP recovery in combat. Now at this point you should be knowing about Ines, how her passive works, but in case you don't know, your max MP will be helping out you to your critical chance. It modifies the base critical chance of the character. So there you go, you can get to high critical chance numbers rather easily. As for the build itself, it's going to be looking like this. Feel free to pause the video now and take a screenshot and just build this if you want to. Did you pause? Did you take a screenshot? Now, one improvement I would make if I had a sensor that would be gold in max MP, so give me higher max MP, something like 400 total, 400 something max MP, then I would drop critical chance from skill insight and instead emergency measures. Now this one is only going to give you 64.6 critical hit chance, which, what do you know, is lower than 115.4, but more importantly than that, it's going to be giving you critical damage multiplier. When your critical chance is all but guaranteed, and I know this sounds obvious, but still I gotta point it out, it is smarter to go for the critical damage multiplier. But if I go for this one, oh no, how terrible. My critical chance is only 75.7. From a DPS perspective, actually, there's not that big of a difference between the two. So let's say you got a better sensor. How much max MP can I get, mama, on my sensor? I think the highest one was 159 that I have seen so far. And it is this one, the Supernova, it doesn't matter what it is, the roll is the same, 159. So if I had one which had 159, but it was for the Slayer set, if the bastard boss would drop it for me, it would go to 77%. It's not a huge difference. There you go. That's a bit of leeway when it comes to the build. You can go either way. For the invasion reinforcement, it doesn't really matter all that much, but make sure you do put enhanced focus rounds on your target. I'm talking about bypass immunity. Make sure that the 5 stacks are up on your target. It's very easy to keep up, so I won't worry about it too much. Basically, you fire twice at the guy and it's gonna be fine. You don't actually need a build for the Secret Garden. The more important thing for me here is the grappling hook charge rate rather than anything else. As you can see, this is completely irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. Again, you just use it to apply the debuff to the boss. As for the crotch hanging around part, I think I explained this one earlier, but essentially that is where the contact point will be, the damage point between your Q ability and the actual boss, the actual hitbox per se. You want to make sure that the distance between you and said hitbox is as tiny as it can be to increase DPS for reasons that should be obvious by now. And I do believe, my friends, that's pretty much it. As always, my name is Leyzar. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. There's a link in the description down below or in the comments down below. And if you got any questions, you will find me live there. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.